Hi guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. I am False Beliefs. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Today we will be continuing the password encryptor that I started in the last video. It is going to be a little bit different. What I'm going to do is we are going to restart. The reason I say we're going to restart is because I did some research and I found different ways to do this. There we go. So we're just going to do that. Right now on the left side you see we are going to remove all of the files. Yes. Okay. We're going to do R, and we'll just get rid of that, and then close without saving. I did some research, and we're just gonna redo this in a different way. First of all, we need to create a new folder called Program Information. Okay, and then we need to create another new. No, that's a file. Another new folder, and that is going to be encrypted file, and then it is going to be that I keep clicking file. My apologies. Decrypted file. We are also going to I think that's all the folders we need. Now we are going to need a few files here. We're going to need our main file, which name of the application is PassCryptor. We are going to need an add data. We are going to need a decrypt. We'll call it decrypt data because I think that I will have the module name or the function name within that file, decrypt. We need to encrypt data. We need a load path, and we need a write key. I believe that is everything we need. We're going to add a to-do and a key.key file. That should be all of the things we need. Now we are going to cd into program information, and inside of program information we are going to have a ecno. Oh, we got a touch. Ecno.ner. If you can decrypt what that says for me, put that in the comment section. I will reveal it later. Yeah, it's gonna be simple. My key.key is actually gonna be in here, and then user path dot encryption, we'll say. And then we should be good. We're going to remove key.key. Alright, and then encrypted file, encrypted.log, cp.log, /, and we're just going to copy that into decrypted file as well. Yeah, I believe that should be. Okay, so we'll just touch enc.log. I messed up. Touch enc.log. Okay. now we have everything we need within everything. Okay, here we go. Alright, let's redo our source so we can get our daily quote. Question: how many Bell Labs vice presidents does it take to change a light bulb? Answer: that's proprietary information. Answer: available from AT&T on payment. Again, I do not quite understand that, but that is okay. Clear and Python pass. Ooh, see, we're not even in the right directory. Sorry, I'm a little messed up. I had to go to my MEPS today for the military, and or yesterday and the day before, and it kind of messed me up a little bit. I'm off track. Now we can do Python 3 PassCryptor.py. Alright, there's nothing to run, but now we have everything that we need. We are just going to start with our main file, which is going to be this. We're going to do imports, and then we'll do custom. We're just going to kind of make all of this even here. That's fine, I'll accept that. And then pre-made. Alright, now for our pre-made imports, we're going to need to import cryptography, import fairnet. We're going to need import operating system for our exit command, and we're going to import from term color import colored. That's down, so variables C equals colored, so that way we can do the color like we spoke about in the last video. We want everything to look pretty, don't we? Now we have our environment set up. We are going to, I think this is pretty cool. We're going to define a function called once. So here we'll do def once, right? And what this function is going to do is it's going to test if, see, I can't even think. It's going to test if this file has been run one time. So I'll explain a little bit more later once we get to it. But if it's run one time, we only need to generate one key. And we don't want it to generate a new key every time you run the code. So we're going to make it so that it tests a file for a certain number or letter or something like that. And if it has that letter, then we are not going to run the rest of the command. If it does have that letter, we are going to run the rest of the command. So I hope you guys make understand of that. That did not make any sense, but we're actually going to define our function up here. Run once function. There is probably an easier way to do this. I do not know the way, and I wanted to have a little bit of fun. So as we were doing in the last video, we are going to print C error, put a little custom error message, and then we're going to put the exception as E, and we're going to make that an F string, and then our color is going to be red, and that takes care of that. That's the only issue we have with that. We're just gonna give ourselves some room here. Okay, so first of all, the file that we are going to be testing is the eknoner, which is just once run backwards. I thought that was pretty unique, even though it's not really. Program information /ekno.ner. We're going to open that as read, and we're going to do that as run once. Now we do if ran equals run once dot read, because that allows me to append the command myself, and then we're going to test. So if ran equals, which the contents of the file equals, we'll say, let's think of something random. Let's see if we can get a random number here. Let's go, because how to get a random number in Python code. No, we'll just do it in terminal and copy it. Linux terminal. Okay, let's see what we got. I like doing little things like this because they're helpful. I do a lot of bash scripting. I'm not very good at it. Currently, I'm trying to do I'm currently trying to create a database for myself. Okay, that's a cool enough number. No, that's just command not found. I'm not going to do that. Random value. Random integer can be directly reading from random variable using echo command. It will display an integer using random shell variable. Okay, so I can just do echo random. Oh wow, that's cool. Random. Random. Okay, here we go. We got a random number. You guys won't have to do this. Well, if you do it while you're doing that, then now we have our number. Okay. And we're just going to if ran once. We're going to close the file. Good habit is to close the file, so you run that by doing the name of the file, like your as.close, and then we're going to go to our main function, which we have not defined yet. So let's go ahead and define our main function. This should not take as long as the other video, but it might. If I can type, I have a lot of stuff going on my desk right now. We'll just say print main placeholder. Alright, that's going to be our placeholder. Now, else if ran is equal to nothing or null, but we can't say null, and it has to be quotes because it's looking for exact. I learned that in bash scripting. Let me go to my terminal. So double quotes means exact data, right? So if I were to type this, right, I can showcase this hopefully, right? But if I put a backslash, it is going to show that backslash, right? Now if I do echo boom, non-exact data, and I put a backslash here, okay, it still shows up. How did I do that? Okay, so with the single quotes, it allows for inline command input or key values. In here /in means new line, but if I echo in double quotes exact /in data, it should not create a new line, but it does. I've had issues in my commands running that. Just make sure you put double quotes here. I don't exactly know what's going on with that. But okay, so the first thing you need to do when you run this file, let us create a we already have a to-do. So let's load up our to-do list with things that we need. The first thing we're gonna have to do is probably get user path. So we'll make it look all pretty. I don't know why I do that. It takes too much time, but it just makes my code a little bit more understanding for me. We're going to have to get a path for user where they want to store their encrypted file. Right, in this thing, it's going to be right here, but it's going to be dynamic, so you'll be able to change it if you decide to download or follow along with this code. Again, I try to make all my codes customizable for yourself. That's why I add the color. That's why I do what I do. Hopefully that helps for you guys. We need to create a key. We need to write key to file, right? Because you have to save that. We need the user to define decrypted data path. Default is within the file system. No, within the PDW folder of this script. Okay, there we go. PDW means print working directory, but see if I go to here and I go, it just prints my working directory. So PDW, good way of saying working directory. I could say WD, but that's how you do that. We need to be able to load key from file, and we need to be able to encrypt, decrypt, and then all our imports. So now we have a to-do list. We already are doing the one thing. Oh, we also need to import custom modules and add imports to those files. Okay, now we are good on our to-do list. We will go back to our main file, and what we will need to do now is get that path from the user. Okay, so yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, here we go. So we will put that as C, and all user input is going to be green. So we'll say input file directory to save encryption to. Okay, that's pretty explanatory. And then we will say, actually, let's put that as input. Input, and we'll say path equals input C, and then we'll just, I was going to create a new line, but there's no use. Green, alright, and then we'll make that actually user path. And I'm sorry, I keep changing my mind. We'll make that print, and then we will go user path equals input C path. There we go. That is so much better. And then we will also make that green. And then with open, we're going to store that path here, right? It's not going to be encrypted. If you guys would like a version where your path is encrypted, I can do that. That should be simple. Or maybe at the end of this program, we'll go through and tediously do everything we need to do. That's probably the best idea. But that is going to be in program information / user path .enc. We're going to write that, so that is going to be W as path file, and then we will do path file .write, and we will write the user path to it, and then of course path file .close, because it's always a good thing to close your file. That's the first thing we did. Now we need to do with open, and we'll say is not equal to. That way someone can't just like go in there and type in random stuff or put a 1 in there or put that number in there, and we got to make sure the file is not open or is not empty, so we can do it like that. That should work a little bit better, and then we can put an else, and we'll do it like that. Just follow along with me here. Dot program information / now we need to add that number to our sorry, I keep losing myself. We need to add that file to we need to add that number to the file, so that way it tests for it, it knows that it's in there, and it won't run this script again. So we do no, we'll open this as once ran, there we go, once ran .write, and then we'll give us some double quotes, and we'll put that number in there, and then we can just close that file. Okay, now we need to write a key to the file, so we will go with this /encrypted file /enc.log. We're going to do write bytes, because we're going to be encrypting this as encrypted file, and then we will now have to define our write key function. So what we will do for this is it's going to generate and write a key to the file specified. The only reason I'm putting them all in different files is because it helps me organize my code a little bit easier. Imports, I shouldn't need any custom imports, so we'll just go like that. And then we will define write key function and go from there. So we'll define write key, right? Okay. And then we need to import from cryptography import Fairnet, and we are going to import OS in here as well. I plan to make it seem like it is actually loading something. We'll put this into a try and accept statement. That way we can debug, and we will just come here and copy this beautiful, beautiful child here and put her right there. Now, print C for color. It's a notice. Generating key. Dot. And we will make that blue because it's a notice, and I feel like blue is a beautiful color. And then we will do os.system, and then for Windows, I don't know the command, but in Linux, if I type sleep 3, it puts the shell to sleep for a second, so like nothing happened, no code is run. It just kind of makes it seem like it is actually generating something, and I think that's pretty cool. Equals fairnet dot generate and then key. So that just asks the system to generate a key, and key is going to equal fairnet. Or no, we just need to decode it. So we have our key generated. Now we need to decode ASCII. And then we will write that to the file. So with open, we are going to putting that into program information. And then that is the key.key file that we did earlier. And then we are going to write bytes because it is a byte file. It's important that you follow the WB because it's writing a specific encoding to the file. And then we're going to go to key.file.write, and we're going to add the key. And then we're going to go to keyfile.close, and that function is complete. Clean her up a little bit. Now we go back here and we can generate our key. And that should be a pretty simple thing going on there. We need to import now. Import write key as, no, we don't need to do it as anything. We'll just do write key dot write key. Write key dot write key. That just writes the key to the file, right? And then we need to load a key. So now we're going to go to our load key function, which we do not have. Key.py, enter, save. Okay, so now we're going to do this a little bit different. I know I'm jumping around, but I'm trying to do everything in the order that you would do it if you were coding this on your own and thinking about it. So this is going to just be imports. We are not going to have any custom imports, so from cryptography import fairnet import. I don't think I need the OS, so we're not going to worry about that. Load key function def load key, and that is going to be that. We're going to return open /program information /key dot key, and we're going to be reading bytes, right? And then we're going to append .read. So what this does, right, is it lets us define, right, this is a function. So it's kind of like .close, right? So I can say path file .close because when I open a file, that is a module that's available with that. Now if I go to the top and I import load key, right? You'll see that the F right there means it's a function. If I click definition, it's going to take me to that file, and that is exactly where everything is at that I need. So perfect, right? So load key dot, and then we call the file to open, and then we call the function, right? And what we can do, because we made it return something, we can make that equal to our key. I did just learn that, so that it's pretty cool to me. It's quite exciting. Now we load our key, and we're going to add a temporary definition. So temp data equals F. I don't think I defined our fairnet key, so we will say F equals fairnet key. There we go. F dot encrypt, and then we're going to just do bytes, and we're going to just put a semicolon. The reason I have to add something to the file the first time it is run is because if I try to decode an empty file, I'm going to get an invalid token error, and it is not going to work. And then we're going to do encrypted file dot write temp data, right? Because we're opening this file, and then we're going to write that encrypted data to the file, and then we're going to do close it, enc file dot close, and then outside of that loop, we are going to go to main, right? Now we can delete all of that, and that should be everything we need. That looks right. That looks right. Now let's see if it works. No, we have an issue. From cryptography, import, cannot import name fairnet. Oh, because the issue is right here. I always forget that part. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to copy that to everything that we have. I believe we only have these two functions defined at the moment. So that should be everything we need. Nothing printed, so we do not have a key or anything. Would you like to know why? Because I never called the function. Okay, so it's running it. I didn't get any debug errors, which is nice. Input path to directory to save encryption to. So we're going to do /encrypted data, nope, encrypted file /enc.log. That should be correct. Error name C is not defined. Where do I have colors at? Right here. So I need to go just like this and like that. There we go. That should be everything. It may have already written it to the file. We have our number there. We just don't have a key because that happens after everything. So we'll just delete that so we can restart. We don't need that right now either. Okay, our debugging should be done. /encrypted file /enc.log. It's generating our key. IO buffer has no, I put closer somewhere. Control save. Okay, try this again. Okay, but we got a key that time. That is great. That's great. This is great. This is so exciting to me. Sorry about the debugging here. We got that. We don't need that open anymore. I don't need that open anymore. Try this again. We're just going to copy that in there. Generating key. We should get sent to main. Okay. Now, if we run this again, we will just get main placeholder because it is already run and it tests the file for this letter or these numbers here, that sequence. You can make that anything. But yes, so that is very exciting. Now we start to define our main function. Our main function should be generally easy. But you never know. Yeah. So we have everything set up there. Everything is good. Now, before we code our main function, we are going to need to code two things: our encrypt, decrypt, and a couple other things actually. We're going to have to code everything else before. See, we have our load key. We need to be able to load our path. We need to be able to add data, decrypt, and encrypt data. So what we are going to do, that's written, that's written, that's written. So we need encrypt data, decrypt data, add data, load path, and then everything else is done. So we are going to start with probably decrypt. That would be the most difficult. It's quite simple actually. So we'll start with our decrypt file here. Imports. Is it still there? Nope. So from cryptography.fairnet import fairnet import os import. We are going to need to load our key and path. So I think what we will have to start with is the load key function. No, we have load key. We need to load our path. That will be what we start with, and then we can do the other ones. So we will again define our import section here, and we are going to go from cryptography.fairnet import fairnet, and we shouldn't need to import OS, and then we're going to go import, or not import, define load path. And now that that is defined, we are going to do another return statement, and we are going to open /program information /user path.enc, and that is going to be just as a regular read. There are no bytes in that there. And then .read, we are going to pass that. Okay. We will see what this does here. Actually, we'll go through and do all of the coloring when we are done. Let me just define this here so I can save it. Now we have both of those set up and ready. We are now going to code our decrypt data file. A lot of this is just opening opening and closing files at different intervals and different sections, basically. Key equals load key dot load key, right? We need to define that. And then we need to do key dot decode, and we're going to decode that from ASCII. And then we'll do fairnet. Actually, we'll just do F equals fairnet key. And then our path is going to equal load path dot load path. And of course, that's just going to return our path generally. So with open, maybe I should put this in a try and except statement here. We are just going to copy that. There we go. And then we'll go try, tab all of this in. Try and accept is good for debugging, basically. It gives you what your errors are. With open path, right? The path that the user defined. So we need to be able to open this file here. I don't know why that is encrypted. Oh, because I added the semicolon. Isn't that crazy? A semicolon is all of that. And as you can see, if I go like this, there is no semicolon in that file, which I think is very interesting. Yeah, and we're going to do that. We're going to read this file as read bytes, and then we'll do encrypted file. And then we'll say original equals encfile.read. We're going to go decrypted equals f.decrypt, and we're going to decrypt original. Right, nice and simple. And then we're going to open our decrypted file. Let me think here. I think that it should be fine. Yeah, we will now write this to a file as decrypted file, and then we'll do decrypted file dot write decrypted, and that should be everything that we need for our decrypt statement. Let me just run over this one more time. So we load our key. I need to have that one there. We decode our key and we set our key. We load our user's path. We open the path file. And then we write our decrypted file, and that should be everything. We will just go like this. Decrypt data function. Okay, now we can exit out of that. Now we need our encrypt data, and it's going to be the same exact imports, except for I do not think we will need our load key and load path, but just to be safe, V. Alright, we'll just add all those in there. Encrypt file function. Wow, if I could type. Goodness, it has been a rough couple days. Okay, and then we define. And what we can do here is, okay, now we can define our encrypt data function. It's gonna be the same thing, right? It's gonna be the same exact thing as the decrypt, right? It is just going to be f dot encrypt, and then it is going to be encrypt equals. I need to change that for both of them. You guys probably noticed that before I did. This is why we run over our codes. We're going to change this as encrypted. We are going to change this as encrypted. And we are going to change that as encrypted. We need to load the path. We need to read bytes and then write bytes. And then what we are going to do is we are going to do enc file.close, and we're going to do encrypted file.close. And I think that should be everything we need for that function. I'm going to add these here as well. This is just going to be decrypted file.close. I think that should be good. Now we have load path. Yeah, we have our load path, our decrypt, encrypt. Now we need to add data. Adding data is a little bit different, and the reason we had to code those two things was because we are going to need to encrypt the data given to the file. That made no sense at all, but we will see just what we need here. It's going to be just about the same imports, except we are going to have to import load key, or no, encrypt data and decrypt data. There we go. And then we can do add data to file function. Alright, and then we can define add data. And again, we are going to do key equals load key dot load key. We're going to do f equals fairnet key. Path is going to be equal to load path dot load path. It's kind of repetitive, but I know. Data to add equals. Now we are going to do input C. User adding is what again? Let's see, PassCryptor. User adding is green, so we are going to go just like this, and we're going to go here, and we're going to go like that. There we go. We'll define that as green right now. I am going to have it a little bit different. Syntax. and then it's going to be reason, username, password, right? And we'll just go like that, and then we'll put this. Actually, yeah, we'll do it like that. Data, and then it'll be just like that. Now I will have to encode this into UTF-8, which I believe is the bytes, and then it will be with open. And then we will open path dot append bytes, right? We don't want to delete all the data within this file. We just want to append the bytes. Forgot where I was, sorry. We are going to append the bytes to the file. It has to be bytes again, or you will get an invalid token. Data to add, right? It's encoded. Data dot write. We're going to add a separator. That is going to be a semicolon, and then we are going to close that file there. Now that should be, we have our write key, PassCryptor, load path, load key, encrypt, decrypt, and data to add. So that should be everything we need. Now, the fun part. We're going to make our main function, which is going to allow the user to encrypt and decrypt their data on command. First of all, we need to finish our imports. We have to encrypt data, or decrypt data, port add data, import load path. We're going to have to import, I have write key, load key, encrypt data, decrypt data, add data, write key. I think that is everything we will need. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, that is everything we will need. Now, I like to make my things look good. So we're going to do, let's look at my bookmarks. I think I may have it bookmarks. No, I do not. We're going to look up a ASCII text picture. Yeah, that should work. I think this should work. Yeah, it shouldn't be too difficult. Yes, this is what I'm looking for. We're going to do slant, and we're going to say pass. Why is it not? There we go. Cryptor. Right? That's what we want. No, I don't want it to be slant. We'll do rectangles. Ghost. I do not like that. Blocks. I don't like that. Alpha. I definitely don't like that. That is way too big. I can't even read that. That is weird. I don't like that. We'll do crazy, maybe. No, you don't want to load. 3D ASCII. No. We'll just do slant and call it a day. Alright, now this is going to be the fun part, right? First of all, print C, right? And we're just going to control copy. Actually, isn't there an easier way to do this? X. Okay, let's see here. That's a backslash, so we need to put another backslash. And then we are just going to copy this, actually. We're just going to go like that. Control V, Control V, and Control V. And that should be the easiest way to do it. All of the backslashes, we're going to have to literal them. But it should not affect much of anything. There we go. And then we are going to go here, and we are going to go okay, that should be everything we need. We're going to do like this. Red, white, blue, green, purple, magenta, because it is such a beautiful color. And then we are just going to do double tabs, right? Right, just to try and center it on the screen. And then we will print C quote tab tab. Password encryption via file by false beliefs. Right, and we are just going to go here and center that fancy sucker there. And then we are going to go, let's make sure it's even, actually. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then we'll just make it even with that, and we are going to make this, let's see, it won't give me any information. Let's go with yellow. Why not, right? Print C. And then we're going to go 1, and we're just going to make this. These are viable options. So this is like options you can pick, not user input. So we will also make these magenta. Control copy, Control V, Control V. That's going to be 2, and that's going to be 99. add data to file. We're going to decrypt and read file. And then we are going to exit. And we'll put a little sad face there. Sadness. Alright. And then we gotta tab all of this in here right quick. We'll do selection equals int input C, right? And then it's going to be green because that is user input. And we'll put that selection. Perfect. Now we need to do some fancy things here. We need an if statement, right? If selection equals 1, it's an integer, so I don't need quotes. We're going to decrypt data dot decrypt data, and then we are going to add data dot add data, and then we are going to encrypt data dot encrypt data, and then we are going to come back to the main function. All that's going to do is it's going to call these three things. They run in concurrence, so decrypt data here, and add data here, and then encrypt it again, and and then encrypt it again and add it to the file. I think that I have to define a different path, right? That's going to be original, and then decrypted file is going to be the /decrypted file /enc.log, right? Because that's that right there. I don't need to write it to this file. I want two separate files, so that'll be the best way to do that. Now this one is going to be a little bit different, right? I don't think I was supposed to add that there. That is going to be path still. I got ahead of myself here. That is still going to be path. That is fine. Alright, now we need an else if. Selection equals 2. We're going to key equals load key dot load key. Key dot decode. And we are going to do ASCII path equals load path dot load path, right? And then we're going to decrypt data, right? Decrypt data dot decrypt data, right? So that's just going to call that function to decrypt and rewrite this file as decrypted. When we're done, we will encrypt that file. So with open, and this is where we define our decryption path. So decrypted file.enc /enc.log, and that is going to be as write bytes. Yeah, because we need to add those files to the log as DEC file. Now we need to get our decryption data with open just the user's path, which is wherever their encrypted file is, right? As we said, we're making that part dynamic. So that's going to be the user's path that's specified. And we are going to need to read the data as encrypted file. And then we'll do decrypted data equals encfile.read, right? Because we decrypted it here, right? So now we open that. And then we're going to do decrypted file dot write decrypted data, and then we are just going to close this file dot close encrypted file dot close, and then encrypt data dot encrypt data, because we need to do that, right? We have to re-encrypt the data, or else it won't do anything. And then we're going to call the main function so that everything works nice and dandy. I'm going to tab that in and put this into a try and accept statement as well. From what I've heard, that is good habit. As far as I'm concerned, you do what you want to do. It does not matter to me. Alright, we've typed a lot. We have not done any testing, so that is going to be the first thing we do. Add data, data.write. First of all, that needs to be in quotes, and it needs to be in bytes. So, that's done. We do not have purple as an option in our color, so we will go orange, maybe? I don't know. Orange is also not a color. What is up with this? I don't want to repeat colors. We'll just have to go with red again, I guess. I don't know. It is absolutely up to you. Okay, PassCryptor. We are going to want to add data to file. Cannot access local variable. It is not associated with a variable or value. Variable, valuable. It's almost the same thing. We need to import decrypt data, right? Because we are going to be decrypting and import encrypt data. I think that is everything we need. That's with the encrypt. Do we encrypt anything with encrypt.encrypt? No, it does not look like we do. So that should not be an issue. What? Decrypt data. We're in the add data section, right? No, we are still within the PassCryptor section. Let me go here, right? PassCryptor main, right? We're going to define where these errors are coming from. Once PassCryptor once. I believe I put everything into a try and accept statement. I did not. Try. That should be the last thing. Yeah, we do. And then we're just going to tab all of that in. This is going to be in the add data, right? Because I am seeming to mess up a lot. So we're going to just go through. Encrypt data. Okay. We're just going to copy you beautiful, beautiful baby, and decrypt data. These aren't in try and accept statements. This is write key. Okay, we should be able to figure out where our error is coming from. Okay, see, PassCryptor main cannot access local variable decrypt data where it is not associated with a value. Decrypt, did I even spell that right? Yes, I did. Oh, where did I mess up here? It's going to be in the decrypted data equals enc file, and then we're going to add decrypted data to our issue here. Okay, so we're gonna do Snapchat, right? That sounds fun. Snapchat, semicolon, Bob the Builder, and then our password is gonna be Bobby Boy Bouncy Pants. I don't know. Okay, so we do not have an issue there. Check our encryption log. We have more encryption there. There is nothing in there. That is correct, that is correct, and that is correct. Now we're going to try and decrypt our data. As you can see, Snapchat, Bob the Builder, Bobby Boy Bouncy Pants. Okay, that is all working. Let's try to add more data. Orange juice sucks. Let me know if you agree in the description. I think apple juice is superior. So in the description, let me know. Is orange juice superior or is apple juice superior? Or if you have a favorite different juice, let me know. We're going to try and decrypt it again, and it should be separated by a semicolon. Yes, so what you can do within the file, right, is if you know your username, right, like that's orange, or if I do Bob blue, see that's not in there, that's all the fancy fandangled stuff we need. Now what do we want to do, right? We're going to do os.system sleep 3, right? And then print C loading key ... right? Because that's what we want to do, and this is actually going to have to be moved up. Okay, loading key ... and then we will make that blue, because blue is such a beautiful color. What I realized why it looks so weird is because of that right there. Everything looks like it got a little messed up, right? But that should be perfect right as it is. Cryptor, PassCryptor. It looks weird on here, but as you can see, everything lines up on the bottom. The only issue was the top not lining up. So the top should be lined up now. Okay, that's loading key. We want it to load our path. The only reason I do this is just so it kind of makes a little bit prettier, I guess you could say. Loading path. We can make it say decrypting file. Yeah, well, I like to know what's going on in my code, so decrypting file, right? We will take this and go here, and we will say re-encrypting re-encrypting file, and then it'll re-encrypt it. We will say here, we can say writing, so we can say writing decrypted file. There we have loading path, loading key, decrypting file, encrypting file. Here we can go like that. And then we can go just like this. Control copy and Control V. Everything looks like it is working up to standard. We can add another one here. Oh, see, look. Print C writing key to file. I think I already have that in my write key file. No, that is generating key. So we are going to need to put it below key.write key, right? Because blue, and we will go just like this. Control X, back, close that up. And then we can say write key dot write key print load temp data equals f dot encrypt b. I think that should be good. And then we just do os dot system sleep 3. Now the next thing I want to do is make it so that it clears our screen after each section. So initially we are going to do os.system clear. In Windows it is going to be system, and it's going to be CLS. I'll make note of that. Windows. That is the only difference that will be between Windows and not Windows. And then we'll add that here. We'll add that there. And then we need our else print C. Thank you for using PassCryptor. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful day. Boop. And then we will make that red because they're leaving. Don't leave. os._exit, and we can pass 0 to that as there is no issue while we exit. I think that should be everything I can do here as well. That's fine. Now let's give everything nice test here. Okay, add data to file. It's decrypting. Okay, we can add it. Apple juice is superior. Re-encrypting file. Okay, now we can decrypt. Loading key. Loading path. Decrypting file. Writing decrypted file. Okay, I'd like to know what's going on with my code, right? Re-encrypting. And now we should be able to see that apple juice is superior. Right there. that's perfect. And now we test our 99. Thank you for using PassCryptor. Have a wonderful day. That is still an issue up here. I don't know what is going on with that. Maybe if we just delete one of those tabs, we can. Okay, see, and then that's so weird. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe just because of the tab width yeah, that's what it is. The tab width within our file here. And that is 1, 2 away. It's weird how it works. We need to then add one more. And that's perfect. It will be available on GitHub. I'll put my GitHub link in the description. You can also see some of the older things that I have programmed. I don't really suggest going through all of those. There's a lot of things that are weird and don't really work very well. They are very old compared to what I'm doing now. But again, I'll put it in the description. You are more than welcome to visit that. Hopefully in the next video I will have an intro and outro, and hopefully I will be better at explaining what I'm doing. So thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. And before I do add it, I will be clearing all of these files here. So when you open it, everything will be empty. Just do not forget to change. No, you'll be able to direct your path because it is dynamic. Decrypted path you can change. That is going to be right here. I'll put a note. Decrypted path location. You guys are going to be able to change that if you would like. Again, you can edit anything about this code that you do not like. So thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.